Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Know Your Alumni series where we unravel the journey of alumni. I'm Reena Prabha from Alumni Committee. Here today we have Tanvi Sharma with us. Hi Tanvi. Hi Reena. How's life going? Very fine, very good. All right, so could you kindly share more about you? Okay, so hi, I'm Tanvi Sharma, batch of 2025. I recently joined Capgemini as consultant. And before that, I have interned with Cummins and worked with TCS pre-MBA before, and I did BTech in computer science. Thank you. So let's begin with your transition. What motivated you to leave a tech role at TCS and move into operations and supply chain? So basically, 4 years into BTech and almost 2 years with TCS, I felt like this job is not my type. And I really loved how my manager used to pop up every morning and scold me and then just doze off. I was like, this is the dream life I want. And I thought MBA was the way to go. All right. You came from a front end development background. What early doubts or fears did you have when pivoting to this field? Okay, so because my decision was very quick to shift into MBA, this was a really new world for me. So there was a lot, how it goes, what will I study. It was much more about it is so different from what I already know, what I've already learned, all these, how will I go through with the subjects because these accounts and everything was not my type. Economics and all was very new, very difficult for me. So I was just very doubtful about how I'll go with the academics. Okay. So, how did you realign your learning curve and time to achieve to support the shift? Any specific courses, projects, or mentors that help? Uh, I One really nice thing about IIMs is the peer learning. So even in class, outside class, this diverse group we have around us really helped me. My roommate was BCom graduate, so she helped me a lot with the subject I was not familiar with. All these group projects helped me learn more about it. Okay. So, in what ways did your IT experience still prove valuable in your analytics and operations coursework or internship? Okay, so the good thing is for analytics, I can easily go around with the jargons, I can easily catch them. And operations is also like it has a mix of IT as in we're going to IoT and all those AI things. So that I can easily catch, and that is how CS helps with. Okay. So now, so you were a part of Prerna, the lecture series, so which has now become a tradition. So how did the idea come about, and what was its purpose? Uh, so basically, we know that IIM Trichy was mentored by IIM Bangalore. So me and my friends used to see a lot of videos of what IIM Bangalore is coming up with, what is there. So my friends had this idea, they had Pragya there. Why not have a similar thing in IIM Trichy where the professor do not share classroom or academic knowledge, but how to tackle the real corporate life after MBA. So for that, we conceptualized and we talked to multiple professors on how to go through, and that is how Prerna was formed. How did the participation in sports and arts on campus shape your MBA experience and personal growth? Honestly, life without extracurriculars is really boring. You Not everyone is a bookworm, not everyone loves to sit in library or inside the books. And honestly, I think MBA is what you learn with your people, the people skills, and how you interact with people with different backgrounds, how you learn, and that's how your learning also helps. So I think I learned multiple skills from arts and sports like teamwork, collaboration, how to deal with different people, different situations like failure, setbacks, and also free riders, how to deal with them came from them, came from that. Okay. So you also hosted an art stall during the E-Cell Carnival. So how did it bring your personal passion into professional space? How did it feel like? So honestly, that was very impromptu plan.
where one E-Cell senior member approached me. We have one stall empty. Why don't you put? And I was like, what will I put up? And he was like, I know you did this letter things, calligraphy things last year for your seniors and all. Why don't put that up? And it was a quick 2 hour plan. How I'll float, how I'll manage, how I'll float form for messages, how to do things. And although I didn't get much orders that day, but people got to know, yes, I do that. And in long term, I felt so happy when people were like, oh, this heartfelt handwritten message for people, and that sweet smile, that message they got, it felt really good. And that moment, I felt like, yes, your passion, your side hustle can be really fulfilling. And that this could be made into a huge, larger thing, maybe a side hustle that can transform into my own startup or something.
Okay, so are you planning to start a startup?
Maybe, yes, in a few years.
And the E-Cell Carnival was a very huge success. So,
Yeah.
is there any other stall that you would like to mention apart from yours that you loved?
Okay, so there was one other stall which was art based, which I've never seen here before. It was uh, handmade from pottery. It was IIM Trichy fridge magnets.
Huh.
Those were handmade pottery waste. So that really caught my eye because we had pottery workshop in Dhruva, and these girls learned from there. Maybe they had some prior experience also, but that was the turning point, I think, that made them do this.
And there were also a lot of crochet flowers.
Yeah,
And
crochet
everything.
flowers and everything. That is, yeah.
So I mean, my most favorite stalls were the one that they brought the authentic foods from North. Like I'm a South Indian, so I got to try a lot of authentic foods from North, and it was so surprising that our students were able to bring about so many stalls, and it went into a huge success. So yeah, kudos to Hillside.
Exactly.
So looking back, what was your one or two underrated opportunities at IIM Trichy that most students should make use of it?
Okay. Should make use of is once you come here, na, you have this induction week.
Yeah.
It was mandatory for us, but I don't know if it was mandatory later on before us. But one thing I was like, that week, if you put your maximum, it should not be 100%, but even if you put your maximum, that gives you a really great head start of networking and what you can expect from college. And the pressure there can help you a lot later on with your work experience. Right. One event is that. And the second event, I would say, please, whatever college case comps are there, please do that.
Okay.
I did not crack anyone, but I think it would be really great if people cracked multiple of them because it actually gives you how to solve problems in real life, how to work in your project work, not just project as in your corporate world.
Made a mental note of it. So your project involved analyzing over 18,000 SKUs, and what were the biggest analytical and business challenges you faced?
Okay. So during that, my mentor helped a lot. So basically, one few concepts I really got through with statistics. Statistics, we only read business statistics in books, how to use formulas. There, I really made use of how to infer from those. Okay. I could make a regression table, but what use is it? What are the industry standards? What will I do with the statistics with those numbers I have? And the second was end to end. When I was making my PPT, it was really difficult on how to make the PPT from start to end, which basically not the PPT part it is from problem definition to how to explain your methodology and everything to the stakeholders without using jargons.
Great. So, how did you collaborate with functions like sales, procurement, analytics during your internship? And any tips for effective cross functional work?
So during that, because for data collection, I had to talk to a lot of people because it was majorly orders from marketing and everything, the data I worked on. So one really good thing is please talk to as much people as you can. Ask your mentor, ask your buddies, whoever is your POC. Ask them who is important, who does this. See people around you and talk to them, their experience there, what do they do, and how can they help. Because if you make a personal, not even really personal, but then if you talk to them, if you make an initial connect with them, you start, they are always ready to help you. You just need to tell ki, yeah, I joined here, I feel I have this fear, can you help? That really helps.
And what specific classroom concepts showed up in your day-to-day works at Q?
Day-to-day concepts. Few things like some of the strategy thing like synergy, corporate synergies, statistics, as I've already told, especially those P value, F value things. That is really important if you're going into analytics. I think that was it.
All right. So tell us about a moment during your internship when you realized your work was truly making an impact.
It was really late for me to realize. I realized that my project was really making an impact when I was giving the presentation to the stakeholders.
Okay.
Because when there is a COO of the India branch or your the VP of your department is sitting there, when they throw questions like how do we do, and the K after my presentation, I had to do KT to the small team who will take after that. At that point, I understood that this project is really something they need to incorporate, and and the fresh idea I gave to them was really they were looking forward to what new things, because working there you can't come up with fresh ideas if you're doing that monotonous work every day.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was the one difference that you found with respect to Cumin's interviews and other companies that you sat for it?
So basically, uh, one easiest is the internship interview, and the final interview is in internship they would ask more on academics. In final interviews they'll ask more about your behavior, how you will collaborate, and how your academics you will include into actual work. Okay. And the second is I think there's not much difference if you've chosen your field. Your questions will be very different depending on your field. One common thing is that please know your CV in and out.
Right. And like how important is current affairs, the quants and logical reasoning practices that we have to do to clear the first rounds of interviews?
Okay, so if you've cleared that, I hope you keep doing basic maths, because basic maths is very important. That for that basic quants is very important for the first round. It is also important if you're going into finance, any field where numbers are included. Not this basic quant is really important. You won't always go to calculator to calculate because you will have a lot of guesstimates. So that way your prompts thinking, your quant skills and logical reasoning, as in this happened that time, this happened this, so that will help you in quicker decision making.
And post internship, how was the perspective changed about working in supply chain domain full time?
Okay, so my internship with Cummins was the first point where I actually got to know how supply chain analytics works. And I was very fascinated with how these accuracies work, how they actually make use of all the jargons I learned in operations management. First of all, operations management was one of my favorite subjects. I really liked it.
Okay.
Okay.
Your
Um,
favorite professor?
My favorite professor was Gajanan, who taught operations research management. That was also one good subject. I think those professors who taught me operations management and research, those two professors caught my intellectual eye. And also my internship was like, yes, though those people were not teaching you some stupid things. Those were actually useful. Those jargons actually make sense here. So I was like, yes, I think this is one field I'm starting out as right.
Mhm.
So maybe I can make this I can go forward with this, because few things were like, I don't want to go back to coding. I don't Finance is zero for me. I don't want to go to finance.
We are like,
Yeah, that finance is like, yeah. So HR was also like, so this, I don't want to pursue that. So this is how operations had dual ticks for me.
okay. So, what kind of work culture or leadership style are you looking for based on what you've experienced during your internship?
Basically, what I've learned from my TCS experience and I've Cummins experience, major differences. I hate people micromanaging.
Hmm.
Everyone has their own timetable, their own time where their mind actually starts working. Especially for me, I work at night, I study at night. That's the time I work well. And that is not your office work hours. Strictly not your office work hours. So one thing, what management style is, I'll just clear communication with, this is your work, what is the deadline, you tell me.
Hmm.
Then that gives you freedom to work on yourself, how to work on, and giving actually basically full freedom. You do what you do. This is your work.
So, what's the difference that you expected will happen in comments that you saw in cases that you don't want, or
In TCS, I worked completely work from home. In Cummins, it was good that I had to go to office and I saw real people working around me. The shift in my personality, or the what people think about me now that I am pursuing MBA, or I am MBA graduate, there is a clear shift in how people see you as a personality. Now they respect you a little more. And they expect a lot more from you, a lot more results from you.
okay. So, how do you plan to apply your mix of technology, analytics, and creativity in your future roles, especially in product or operation strategy?
Okay. I really hope first of all, I really hope, and I will really I will really push people to give me tech integrated with operations, especially things like analytics or manufacturing with included with IoT projects to me, so that I know I can easily grab the IoT jargons, and operations I can easily do the Excel and things. So I will really push I get those kind of clients. I don't have any other strategy.
What tools or platforms like Python or dashboards did you really rely most on, and how did you upscale them for IIM Trichy? And your majors were?
Yeah, my majors. Okay, so I tell my majors were operations, marketing, and I did a minor in analytics.
Okay.
Uh, Either Python or R helps you a lot with your analytics work. Included with, if you are very good with prompt engineering, it will help you a lot with processing data and what inferences to make. Half of the time you won't have to put your brains into array what this statistic says. That is how processing data and inferring R and Python helped me with. Uh, Dashboards, I would say it is really helpful to make presentations really easy, because people, honestly, not just professors, everyone in this world loves graphs. So Tableau or Power BI
Is a must.
is the must. If you really want to woo your manager, you really need to show, oh, I made this beautiful graphs.
Okay. So for students and aspiring to transition into analytics or supply chain, what 2 or 3 skills would you advise them to build early?
Okay, if you're just starting with these, as I told, visualization using Power BI or Tableau, you don't have to be a pro, just start with it, get smooth with the softwares. Please do Excel, it is really mandatory. You look stupid if you don't know Excel.
Okay.
Other than that, keep reading about new technologies that coming up, what people are taking up, those tech news. That is it. That is it.
What was one defining moment at IIM Trichy that you'll carry with you personally and professionally?
As a part of the volleyball team or as a vice captain, I would say defining moment would be not winning or not being able to be the best at something, because that broke my heart that we could not make a name as volleyball, as not as a sport that is not pursued by women. I really wanted it to shine out. And I think that was the only sport or one of the few sports we could not grab a medal or we could not make a name. So defining moment was the learning from it, the personal learning, that how rejection feels, how not being on stage feels, and how to grab yourself up after the rejection or after you've fallen down.
So IIM Trichy won the Sangram.
Yeah.
And how do you think, like runner-up, yes? So did you give any insights to your junior team to grab the medal this time? For sure.
I really wish, matlab, I would want to give to as much people I meet, and please show up. If even if you don't like the sport, if you even if you don't know, it's not about sport. It's about every skill. Even if you don't know and you know there are multiple people better than you, honestly, your hard work, your showing up every day will actually help you. Hard work beats talent. That is for sure. I've seen her.
So finally, if you had to give 3 pieces of advice to first-year students just starting out at IIM Trichy, what would that be?
Okay, 3 pieces would be, one would surely be curious. It does not have to be academic. Be curious what is happening around. Don't be dumb about this. Ki, okay, that's not my matter. Everything is your matter here. Uh, Second, I would be give your best in whatever you do. You don't have to give excuses, won't take you anywhere. Give your best. It should not be your, it could not be your 100%. If you're unwell, it could be your 80% also. But push yourself to do the maximum you can. Third, interact more. Matlab, make as much friends, make as much memories you can. I don't think people will do MBA again or go to any other education level after this. Very rare PhDs are. You will have PhD and all. So I think making as much friends you can, talk to as much people, gain as much experiences here, because all the learnings you have here, it will be in a safe space. You will fall here in a safe space where people or professor will pick you up. You can't, if you fall late, if you experience late, you will know late what all you were missing. Say, don't ever say no to trips.
Okay.
That is one thing.
All right. So thank you so much for giving your time, Tanvi. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.